Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Weeknights. I am JD Nero, aka He Who Pods, aka Rearview Mirror.
I'm Dash, aka Dashing D, aka the real king of R&B.
Yeah, let's get it started. Tuesday pod.
Tuesday Pod.
All right, so the other day, Spotify released some interesting information as part of their 20 years of Spotify, which is interesting within itself. But because I don't remember Spotify existing in 2006, I'll be honest.
Well, that's kind of how these things work, right? Like, just because you weren't using it
Right. Doesn't
doesn't
mean it
mean
didn't
that
exist.
it didn't exist. It wasn't always the thing we were using, right? Like, because we lived through um, the entirety of Spotify, Facebook, same thing. Like, we lived through all of it. So yeah, I don't remember Spotify then either. I don't know when. I don't know what my first memory of Spotify is, to be honest. That's one. Spotify is one of the ones for me where I was thinking along the lines that you were thinking. I was like, wait, well, when did we start? When did
Right.
we start using Spotify? I don't. I don't know the answer to that question.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they released a couple of things. They released most streamed artist of all time, their top 20, their top 20 most streamed albums of all times, their top 20 most streamed songs of all times, and their top 20 most streamed podcast of all times, which I thought that last one was really interesting.
Well, same
So,
thing with podcasting. Podcasting has been around for a long time, but people only started really talking about podcasting in the last few years.
yeah, that's absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Um, so as far as this top 20 artists, I feel like we knew most of these already because we've discussed like the top five up here plenty of times and how they're the top five. Um, what was interesting to me about this top 20, which I'll go over the list in a second, Beyonce's not on the top 20 of artists of all time. And I'm very shocked by that.
Yeah,
I
it is
thought I thought
surprising.
she would be.
It is surprising.
So I was shocked. I had to look twice. I was like, no, I must have skipped over Beyonce. Nope, there's no Beyonce on the top 20. And maybe she's 21. I don't know. But
I was,
interesting
yeah,
regardless. Interesting regardless, because you don't think 20 or 21 when you think of Beyonce.
right. I would imagine she's top 50. And I don't mean that disrespectfully. I just mean there's so many artists. I would assume she would be on this list of top 20 as well. But it's also top 20 streamed on Spotify artists of all time. It doesn't, yes, it is a metric that can be used, I think,
Mhm.
um, but it's not the only one. So
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think if we look at other lists, we'll find that Beyonce is in the top 20 probably pretty often for other lists.
Mhm.
But this is a bit strange. So I have to imagine that she's in the top 50, whatever that looks like, and probably pretty high up on that list too.
Yeah, so starting with 20 and going backwards, the top 20 artists streamed of all time on Spotify are 20 Juice World, 19 Future, 18 Kendrick Lamar, 17 Coldplay, 16 Rihanna. I thought Rihanna would be higher. 15 J Balvin, 14 Bruno Mars. I thought he would be higher. Post Malone is at 13, BTS at 12. I thought BTS was going to be like number 10 because BTS, they got a lot of faithful fans.
Yeah.
Travis Scott, number 11. I'll be honest, I didn't think Travis Scott was a top 20 streamed artist. Goes to show
Travis Scott is
sometimes you don't
streamed.
know shit.
Travis Scott is huge, and I didn't know how huge Travis Scott was until I've probably said this on here before, but until I watched his Netflix documentary a few years ago, or
Hmm.
however long ago it came out, and then I was like, oh, people flock to Travis Scott. He's a huge, huge, huge artist. So that actually didn't surprise me because he's huge.
Yeah. Top 10. Kanye West, number 10. 9. Eminem. 8. Billie Eilish. I know my daughter is going to be hype when I tell her that.
My niece too. Are you guys going to the movie?
Probably not. Probably something
No?
she'll, probably something she'll do with mom, thankfully.
Okay.
7. Justin Bieber. 6. Ed Sheeran. 5. Ariana Grande. I did not think Ariana Grande was going to be 5. I knew she would be on this list, but I did not think she was going to be 5. That caught me off guard.
Mm-hmm.
Now, these next four, we talk about them being on here all the time. So these next four, I knew.
Not surprising.
No, because they battle for the number one spot, and we talk about that up here all the time.
Yeah.
So, at number 4, The Weeknd. At number 3, Drake. At number 2, Bad Bunny. And number 1, top dog, Taylor motherfucking Swift.
Yeah. Which, I mean, who's surprised? It was either gonna be Taylor or Bad Bunny at number 1. So that, or Bruno or The Weeknd.
Well, Bruno's 14, so.
I know Bruno's 14, but I actually thought that he would be top 10 in the top 10. The Weeknd makes sense to me. Like any of those three, I would have assumed would have been. Let me back up. Taylor, Bad Bunny, The Weeknd. Any of those three, I thought very easily would have been in the top spot, and that's because we've always heard since Spotify started, giving us some of their stats. Some.
Right.
These are very broad strokes where they're not giving us any specifics. But ever since we started hearing about this Spotify counting how many streams,
Mm-hmm.
we've heard The Weeknd, we've heard Taylor, we've heard Bad Bunny always in the conversation. They're never not in the conversation, and in fact, they tend to battle each other and they bounce back and forth on the list all the time. So it's not shocking. Again, I will say Beyonce not being on this top 20 list is so shocking. Like, the more and more I sit here and think about it, it's so shocking that she's not on this list.
Yeah. I totally agree. I thought for sure, like, I missed it. I really went twice and was like, wait, well, where was Beyonce at? Not here.
Yeah. But I do also want just people to understand, because I started, Spotify posted this on their Instagram, so I started looking through the comments, and there's someone who was really upset and said they found the list appalling, and it says there's genuinely much better songs out there. Streaming doesn't really represent older material, so they start listing like David Bowie and Simon and Garfunkel. I don't think it's about best, right?
No, yes. This is just
Is
numbers.
Is it a list
numbers
that basically tells you who people are listening to? Sure, but it's not trying to define who's the best or who sounds better or anything like that. It's just telling you on Spotify, and remember, everyone doesn't use Spotify.
Right.
Apple Music is just as huge as Spotify, right? Or pretty close to it. So
yeah, it's close.
There's tons of people who are listening on Apple and not listening on Spotify, or there's people who are not listening to either one and listening elsewhere. So the data is reflective of the people who listen to Spotify, or people who have streamed on, or users who have streamed on Spotify. So that's why I'm like, grain of salt. Just like when we talk about these Billboard lists, Billboard's great, love them to death, but those lists are not end all be all. Now those a lot of times are opinions, right? But these are, if we are choosing to trust Spotify, I can't say any more than that. Then we have to assume that these are just the numbers. This is just data, and
Yep.
take it as that. Cause ain't no way, that people are not streaming Beyonce. We know
Right.
that. It just doesn't
Right.
make sense. But maybe people are over there streaming Beyonce on Apple more.
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't know. I have questions, but I'm not allowed to ask them.
I got
So,
you.
you know, yeah.
Oh man. Well, let me
Did
pull
you?
up my Spotify. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, did you find any of these other categories like striking that you think we should? I mean, most streamed albums. The first one is Bad Bunny. The second one is The Weeknd, Starboy. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So like, SZA's on the top album streamed.
Yeah, it's really interesting. No Beyonce there either. And
Now
I'm
I
not the
don't want to.
biggest Beyonce fan. I just think this is interesting. That's all I'm saying.
I don't want to call it a CO conspiracy, but
I just think it's interesting.
where there's
Yeah, The
smoke, there's
Weeknd has
fire.
multiple albums on the top 20. Drake has multiple albums on the top 20. Yeah, it's interesting. Taylor
This
Swift has
is
two. Bad Bunny has two. Post Malone has two. Oh, does The Weeknd have more than two? Hold on. Yeah, The Weeknd has three of the top streamed albums.
and he's got the top streamed song.
Yep. Blinding Lights.
I don't even know what that is. What is that?
What's shocking to me is Starboy. I never thought that song was great.
Well, it was. Oh yeah. Well, that was huge. And wasn't that the year he
No,
did
I just never liked it.
the?
It was the year he did the Super
Was
Bowl,
it?
yeah.
Okay, so that's why.
Hmm. Yep. And
You
Drake
want to
One
talk about
Dance.
podcasts
I
real
knew
quick?
that was going to be up there.
What'd you say?
I knew Drake One Dance would be up there.
Baby, I like your style.
Dun, dun, dun,
Yeah,
dun, dun,
yeah,
dun.
I could see it. I would actually think
Now, what's
Hotline
really
Bling.
shocking? Say it again.
I would actually think Hotline Bling.
Oh no. What's really shocking to me about most streamed songs of all time is Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars. That song came out like a year ago,
I mean, yeah,
and it's up there already. So that one might overtake some others as time passes on.
yeah, of course. It would have to, at the way it's pacing.
Right.
Um, I do
Most
want
streamed podcast. Go ahead.
I'm gonna be real honest with you. Now, I can't say too much
I'll say
for
it for you.
multiple reasons, right?
I'll say it for you.
So I'm gonna say two quick things.
Go
My
ahead.
first thing is I recognize a handful of these. There are 20 on the list, and I think I recognize either 4 or 5. And of those 4 or 5, I have only ever actively sought out to listen to one of them, The Daily. I have never committed to watching an entire episode of the Joe Rogan Experience.
Okay.
Or
I
call
have.
or call her daddy. I've seen pieces. Not saying I've never seen them. Just saying I've never sat down and said, let me press play on one of these. I have no, as a podcaster, as a person who works in the podcasting industry, I have no opinion here because, well, for two reasons. One, I am a podcaster and a person who works in the podcast industry, and that's just me being all the way honest. And then number two, I don't know what I'm looking at on this list. I have no idea. And maybe I should know better because of those reasons. But I don't. And so I'm just not going to say anything about this. That's all I wanted to say, is that I have nothing to say about the list of most streamed podcasts. I believe that they're most streamed. I mean, Joe Rogan is number one. Joe Rogan has been number one. Has he ever not been number one? I don't know. To my knowledge, on any podcast list, Joe Rogan is always there. Do they even check the data, or do they just put him? Kidding. I kid.
Well,
I kid.
I'm not. I mean, we know it's Rogan because Rogan got the Spotify deal.
Yes.
And doesn't Call Her Daddy have a Spotify deal too?
I do not know that answer.
All right. Well, listen. The podcast list, I believe, is rigged. I don't believe the podcast list. So, that's all I'll say.
Good luck to Spotify on all their future endeavors.
Mm-hmm.
I wish them well.
Yeah.
I wish them well.
Mm-hmm.
These lists were interesting. Thank you, Spotify, for the lists.
All right. Let's
When I write my memoir. Kidding. Never mind. I kid.
All right, Brandy.
Oh, listen. Just real quick, since you said it. All right, Brandy. I do. My plan is after... There are two things I want to do after I retire, like from everything. And one of them is writing my memoir. Okay? The second one, I'm just not going to share that because that's a dream that is in the works. But I will write my memoir. My memoir is going to be like a series, honestly. It's going to be a few books because I've got things to say. So, anyway.
Time to review the Kehlani album. Friday that just passed, he released on the 24th. April 24th. Kehlani produced Kehlani released the self-titled album, Kehlani, through Atlantic Records, where she's been for, I think, her whole career. Excuse me. I think her whole career.
Okay.
59 minutes, 17 songs. We got a full album. And to my surprise, we didn't get 7 versions of Folded on here.
Thank the Lord.
I mean, I'll be honest, that's what I thought. I thought, all right, they about to put every version of Folded up here, and that's going to give us like 7 songs. I'm very happy that they did not do that.
Me too. And honestly, hearing Folded in the album, oh my gosh, when it came on, I was like, man, this is still such a pretty intro. When Folded starts, when the
way the song starts,
when the strings start, I'm like, all right, yes, just sigh of relief. There were several songs on the album. I guess I just jumped in. Sorry.
No, it's all good. Let's go.
There were several songs on the album where I was like, oh, this is pretty. This is beautiful. This is nice. You know, the last track on the album was like that.
Unlearn.
I was like, Unlearn. I was like, this is pretty. Although I did feel like the transition to Unlearn was abrupt.
Okay.
I felt like we kind of just leapt over to Unlearn and didn't really like segue to it, which was odd to me.
Right.
But,
okay.
I mean, minor detail. I don't, won't hold it against her. What did you think of Lil Wayne
starting the album?
Yes.
I hated
the first person you hear.
I didn't like that. Okay. Not that he did anything wrong. I just don't want to. I don't think you should start your album with someone else. And yeah, people are gonna say, "Nah, but she gave you an intro." Yeah, she spoke for what? 1 minute, 32 seconds. Actually, I just looked it up. It's 32 seconds and then you hear Lil Wayne. I think we
Yeah.
should have put Lil Wayne later in the song. Not that again, not hating on Wayne. He didn't do anything wrong. This was a decision made by Kehlani and her team. That's who I'm talking to. Wayne's verse was fine. Wayne's feature was fine. I'm
Yeah,
not saying he did anything wrong. I actually thought he did well, but I just didn't think that was a good idea to start your album with Wayne speaking. Like again, like you said, the first thing we hear after the intro is Wayne.
You think this was orchestrated by the state of Louisiana?
No, no.
Okay.
Uh,
Just
I was
curious.
happy when Folded came on because now we finally had a full Kehlani song. You got Wayne and then the clips right after on song 2. I said, man, she started with rappers off rip. When are we going to get some Kehlani? And then we got Folded, and I'll be honest, I was a little disappointed because I'm like, oh, the first song we hear from you fully is a song we already know. You ain't even give us no new heat. But she redeemed herself very quickly with the Brandy record.
The Brandy record? We'll go back
I
to
Need
clips.
You.
The Brandy record?
When I Need You
Love
came
it.
on, I said, okay. All right.
Love.
All right. Okay.
Love. I was so
All
excited
right.
for her and Brandy to put out a song together that wasn't Folded.
That wasn't just a hook.
Yeah. And this did not disappoint.
No,
I enjoyed this very much. I think they sound so good together, but why wouldn't they?
absolutely right. Why wouldn't they? Because Kehlani is Brandy's daughter. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I have in my notes Brandy and Kehlani sound angelic together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said you wanted to go
So,
back to the clips.
yeah. I love the clips. I do.
But
I was underwhelmed by this song.
okay.
I don't know if it was necessarily them. I just was underwhelmed by this. I found the Lil Wayne song, the Lil Wayne feature, the song with the Lil Wayne feature to be more interesting than the clip song.
Okay, I'm not mad at that. I can understand why you say that. I think that song is like, it's gonna be a mixed review. Like I think some people are gonna love that record. Some people are gonna be
Yeah.
like, I could do without it.
Yeah. It was fine. It just wasn't, I was like, oh man, Kehlani and the clips. Like the way when I heard her and Brandy, I was like, oh my gosh, just melting in my seat. I it didn't really do anything for me,
Right.
one way or another. But you know, it's not a bad song.
Then we have
Ooh,
Ooh. Listen,
sexy.
listen,
It's steamy. I like that.
listen. That went right on a certain playlist.
Okay, all right.
Sent it right over to the Folded playlist. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. I got it. I got it. I understand. No, this one was
Right
good.
up
This was
there.
nice and steamy. I like a nice lusty track. So that was a good one. That was a good one.
Yeah. And she got the right people on there
Yes.
because you got Dixon up there, Carrie Hilson up there. Those are people.
Mhm.
Uh-oh. Come on, what you got? Say what you want to say.
I laugh every time I hear Carrie Hilson's name. It's not her fault. Well, it is, but I'm sorry.
All
Because
right.
I just always think about how mad the Beehive was, and anyway. So, all right, Usher, did you like that?
It was cool.
It was a fun record. I felt like they sounded good together.
Yeah, it was cool. It's not my
Yeah.
favorite one, but it's not bad
No.
either. I'll be honest, there's only one song I hate on this album.
What
Everything else
song
I
do you
think is pretty
hate?
good.
What
I
song do you
hate
hate?
Pocket.
Me too. Wait.
Pocket?
Okay. I want to show it because I want you to know that I'm not lying. So I didn't say that I hate it, but I said Pocket. I wanted to like this more. Feel like Cardi saved it.
Yo, Cardi's the only reason to listen to that record. Cardi
Yeah,
bodied that record.
she did.
I was like, okay, Cardi. Let's
It
fucking
was such a
go.
Cardi record. Yeah.
Let's
Cardi did
fucking
great.
go, Cardi. I was super hyped when I heard what Cardi did on there. I was like, hold on, hold on, hold on. Let me run Cardi's verse back.
Yeah.
But I
But
don't. This was a great concept with poor execution.
I just feel like she's I know how this is gonna sound to some people, but she's so much better than Pocket.
Yeah, absolutely. This was Pocket was like, I need a radio friendly single that's
Yeah.
catchy, and that's what I'm gonna do. And thank God, or Horace, or whoever you believe in, that she put Cardi on this record. Because without it, there's not a reason to listen to this record.
No, yeah, you're right. You're
I hate how
absolutely right.
cheesy and catchy and lazy with the writing Pocket is.
It
And
was so lazy.
the reason for that is the writing on this album is impeccable.
It's great.
Not Cardi, excuse me. Kehlani got with all the right writers.
Yeah.
Tank, Dixon, Kerry Hilson, the list continues. The writing on this album is immaculate. It is A level writing. So when you
Yeah.
get to Pocket, that's like C level, maybe B level, you like, all right, dog, what happened? What is this? Why is this here?
That seems like the song that they made her make. You know,
Yeah,
that felt like
and I wish they
that
didn't
type of
because
song.
that shit is not good.
It felt like that type of song. It did.
Yeah, because even the features, everyone did great on the features. I don't think anyone
Well,
came up here on my opinion. I don't think anyone up here on the features suck. I think everyone
I
bodied their
agree.
features. So when you
I
have everybody knocking it out the park, and then you
Yeah.
have this one song that's like, hey, what's I mean, this is okay, I guess. It makes it sound terrible because it's like A A
Yeah.
A. What? See?
Yeah.
I just made the cut.
No, I agree. I agree. I'm totally with you. I feel like I was very confused by it. I was like, what is this? And then Cardi came on and I was like, oh, but Cardi,
Cardi
yes.
bodied it. Great performance from Cardi.
And it's funny because in the middle of my notes, like right in the center of my notes, I said, I feel like this album is cementing her career with all of these legends. I It was like she got the stamp.
Yeah, between the writing and the features, yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah. And I love this for her because I think it's great. I think it's a solid album. With me being underwhelmed by the clips and small things here and there, I still feel like it's such a good album. You
All right,
got
so you
it.
get some. Yep, go ahead.
You got it. I said I really like this. Really good.
Mm-hmm.
Also relatable.
Yeah.
I was listening. Oh, go ahead. You were about to say something.
No, go.
I was gonna move on to Out the Window.
Oh, me too. Go ahead. You first.
So I almost forgot that I knew Out the Window.
Yeah,
And when
it was the second single.
yeah, and then I was like, man, I can't remember. I couldn't remember what I said about it.
Oh,
Because
that's okay.
you know me. Sometimes I'll hear singles and I'll be like, I don't know if I like it, and then I'll hear an album and I'll be like, oh, that sounds so good on the album.
Yeah.
And that's how I felt about this. Now, I'm not saying that I said that previously because I honestly don't remember what I said about the song when we talked about it. But what I will say is it was like really pleasant to hear it on the album. I enjoyed it very much in its context. I enjoyed it very
Yeah.
much. I thought she sounds so good on Out the Window. The hook, I love the way she sounds on the hook.
Yeah,
So yeah.
I think the placement of Folded and Out the Window are good. Even though I don't like that Folded is the first full Kehlani song we hear,
Hmm.
in the sequencing of the album, they place the singles in the right places. They sound
Yeah.
good and help the body of work flow well.
Yeah. I agree.
All three of the singles, Back and Forth, Folded, and Out the Window, all three of them are placed in ways that's like, okay, this is
Yeah.
helping move the album along smoothly. So I appreciated that.
Yeah. Excuse me. Um,
Still,
you know what? Oh, and put still sounds very pretty.
Love Still, great record.
Oh yeah. It was great.
Yep.
It was great.
I think the IG girlies will be quoting still.
Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah.
And you know, they love quotables over there.
Yeah. So it takes us to Call Me Back. I like Call Me Back. I think Call Me Back was a good balance. Everybody did something different, and I think they all added to the record in a good way that kept it a balanced record.
Yeah. What did you think of the ending of Call Me Back?
Lil Jon's part is cool. That's what I'm saying. I think it was. I'll be honest. I don't think we needed it, but I think
Uh-huh.
it did give a nice balance to the record.
I just felt like the song sounded unfinished at the end.
Oh,
I
okay.
had to
Maybe
I had to
maybe
look
that's why he's there.
down. Yeah, I had to look down at my phone and go, "Is it done? It's done?"
It's done.
It just felt like it wasn't finished. That was the other moment that I had where I was like, "That was abrupt."
Okay. Yeah, I can
Just
see
it
why you
just
say that.
didn't feel like the song was over, and that was so odd to me. But I liked it. I liked the song, but then it got to the end, and I was like, "What just happened? Why did I touch something? Like, did I press the button?" And I
Oops, is
hadn't.
that
And I
me?
was like, "Okay, is it me? Because it could. Listen, I'm an old lady. I sometimes I press the wrong button.
I feel
That's
you.
not what happened though."
I like Lights On. We already did Pocket. I like Lights On. Big Sean did a great job with his verse. Great record. They sound good together.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I don't really have much more to say. I think it was really good. What about
On
you?
the one with a steamy vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
How you feel about Sweet Nothings?
Sweet Nothings was cool.
Yeah, I don't. I know people love Leon Thomas. It was fine. People are like, "Yo, Leon Thomas bodied it. He did better than Kehlani." I'm like, I don't. I don't think so.
I hate when people say stuff
I
like
don't really
that.
love Leon Thomas the way some people do. I think he's cool, but I feel like he's overusing auto tune and doesn't need to. I feel
Yeah.
like it's almost like T Pain where he could really sing, but he's using the auto tune and doesn't need to. And I wish Leon Thomas would just sing. I don't think he needs all that auto tune and effects. And so,
Yeah.
and I feel the same way about Kehlani sometimes. Kehlani sometimes. Sometimes Kehlani does records, and I'm like, girl, you didn't need all of that. You can really sing. And I know it's
Yeah.
like a stylistic thing, which I'm not a fan of, right? T Pain is like the only person I really like the auto tune thing with. A lot of the other people, I'm like, no, no, not really. So I understand I have some bias here. I just I didn't love Leon Thomas on here. I kind of wish he wasn't on it. The record overall is cool. Again, it's just a personal thing with me on that record. I
Hmm.
just don't love Leon Thomas the way a lot of other people do.
I feel that.
Like, remember the
Yeah.
song with him and Ty Dolla Sign recently? We didn't review it, but we both heard it. I
Yeah.
think that was a much better Leon Thomas performance than this one.
Yeah. I'm with you on that. I also feel like this was not one of the more memorable songs to me.
Yeah, it was cool.
I don't even have notes on it, to be honest.
Yeah, it was cool.
Um,
Cruise
and
Control.
sometimes I just don't add notes because
There's
I
not
don't
really
know what
much to
to
say.
say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cruise
So
Control.
Control was good.
Yeah, I like Cruise Control. I
I
don't really
like.
have any notes. I thought it was good.
Yeah. I thought it was good too. I think towards the end of the album, I was cruising a little bit. Like
Yeah,
it got to a point where I was like, okay, like we're good. This was, it felt like she was kind of closing it out.
yeah, which
Um,
is what I love about Unlearn. Unlearn is clearly the end of the album. It
yes,
sounds like we're closing the chapter. I thought it
yeah,
was a great record and a great way to end the album.
me too. Like I said, my only critique is that going from cruise control to unlearn to me didn't sound great.
Okay, I can understand that.
The songs on their own are fine and they were good, and like I said, I love unlearn, but to me, just getting from one song to the next, and you know me, I'm not usually picky about stuff like that, but I felt like, oh, okay. That was one of those moments where I looked down and thought, oh, was the album over? And now they're just playing a random song.
Mm.
So, yeah, but it's fine. There, like that's a minor detail. I don't think that makes or breaks anything because I think that both songs are great. And like I said, I love Unlearn. I think Unlearn just going to that song and hitting play on that for me, I could do that all day. So
Yeah, it reminded me of Jasmine Sullivan. I think it's Jasmine Sullivan. So I teach him. I teach him. It made me think. It had that vibe. It's not the same concept, but it made me think about that. Or maybe it's not Jasmine Sullivan. Maybe it's Melanie Fiona. I'll tell you right now. It's Melanie Fiona.
okay.
Yeah, it gave me that vibe. I think this is an album you're gonna hear a lot more about. I think this is an album that's gonna put Kehlani right back at the Grammys.
Yeah.
I don't know that she'll necessarily win. We don't know what else is coming out and how it sounds, but I think this is definitely going to get her more mainstream attention, get her more Grammy nods, get Grammy noms. Excuse me. I also think that again, great album, great writing. The beats are good. Like sonically, it sounds good as well. I think the beats, there was great beat selection, great composure. You know, I have to say sonically after the J. Cole shit. Um,
That's exactly who I was thinking of. That's why I
yeah, I had to do
smiled.
it just for J. Cole. Sonically, I really like the way they did. I'm fucking around with the sonically thing, but no, seriously. You could tell Kehlani was with the right writers, the right producers,
Hmm.
and they really worked well together to put together a quality product, and I appreciate that. I don't
Yeah.
have a lot of critiques. Like we went through track by track. I don't really have a lot of bad feedback. I appreciate the
Yeah.
writing and the effort on this album,
Hmm.
and Kehlani doesn't really disappoint. Her last album was great too. Her EPs are usually great. I'm a big Kehlani fan. So for me, I was very happy with this project, and yeah, that's really it for me.
Yeah, no, I thought it was a great project as well. I don't have. I thought sonically it was great.
Right.
um, you know, I
Yo,
mean,
and hearing Tank and Carrie Hilson doing background vocals,
ooh,
I didn't even need to know. I didn't even need to look at credits. When I heard Tank, I'm like, that's Tank doing backgrounds.
and you know how I feel about Tank.
So
Tank's
smooth,
voice is. Oof.
so smooth.
Tank is R&B. Tank is R&B, and there is no one who can tell me any differently. Tank just
Tyrese is
oozes
not gonna
R&B.
like that you said that.
The thing is, I could say similar things about Tyrese, but he just be acting an ass. Especially recently, him coming out and saying that Tank did not win the versus battle. Sir, please, I just don't even like. Stop clowning.
Turtleneck.
Right. Time to take off the turtleneck.
That's it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Weeknights. Thank you for being here. Let us know your thoughts on the Kehlani album and on the conspiracy of Beyonce not being on any of the Spotify lists.
I'm concerned. Like, listen, listen.
Oh man.
I You know me, I'm like, I don't think that I'm worthy of being considered a person who is a part of the beehive.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've earned that.
Okay.
But when I say Beyonce supremacy over all else, please hear me when I say that this is a miscarriage of justice. Now, I don't know who is responsible for the miscarriage of justice. I don't know if it's Spotify and their data engineers. I don't even know that it's them. It could just be the listening audience who is miscarrying this justice. I don't really know. But what I do know is Beyonce's name not being on any of those top 20 lists makes it look like somebody's got a problem with Beyonce. That's all I'm
Yeah.
gonna say.
It's a little weird.
It's a little weird because I could see it. I could see maybe if she's not most streamed, but none of her albums and none of her songs.
Yeah.
One of the most decorated artists of our time. Because every time she wins an award, her streams go up. Which is true for everybody.
Yeah.
It's odd. It's strange. I'm just not allowed to ask any questions, nor am I allowed to say anything more than I've said. I already said too much. That's
Goodbye.
Bye.